Hey, my lovely peoples. I'm back with another update. Happy Friday. Today is Friday. I don't know when you guys will see this video, but happy Friday. I should probably upload it by the end of today. But it's just a little tiny update, little smidge of an update. Today I have my, consult with the clinic that's in Mexico, New Mexico. Very excited about that, just to see like what, ew. Just to see like what their whole like clinic and process is about. So very excited about that. My appointment is today. So it's 10 a.m. their time, at 12 o'clock our time, because we're 2 hours ahead. So that'll be during lunchtime. And then I'll come back with another update to how that went and everything. I have a lot of questions that I want to ask, especially being that it's like an out of the country type thing. So I want to know the ins and outs and the protocols of everything. But yeah, I also heard back, I don't know if I told you guys, but I heard back from the genetics team that does the genetics testing, because with Shady Grove, they use a third party for theirs, and they use a third party company for theirs, and their company finally emailed me, because I had called them because I was just wondering, like, some companies, their process is a little bit longer. So I was just wondering like how long the process I took, because I had when I had called them to schedule to see what the process was, which was on the 17th, when I went to go do all my blood work. I had called in, they told me the process. You submit an application online, and then once you do your application, somebody will reach out to you letting you know whether your insurance is in network, out of network, high deductible, low deductible, co-insurance, all that good stuff. So they, I called, and she was like, ma'am, she was like, normally, she's like, it doesn't take long. She was like, you normally should hear a call back within like 24 to 48 hours, because she's like, as soon as we get the applications, she said, as soon as they get the applications, in their department, they're distribute out so people can work on them. She was just like, so you should have gotten an answer. If it wasn't same day, it should have been next day, the latest. But I was telling her, no, I hadn't got anything. So she had me resend the application in. This was on Thursday. No, this was on Wednesday. So she had me resend the application in. I emailed it back out, and I had got an answer back Wednesday night. And they said, unfortunately, the company does not participate with United Healthcare, which is the insurance that I have. She was just like, but they can offer me the self-pay discount with the testing at, I think it's like $320, $325. So I said, oh, okay, that's, cool, that's fine. I definitely was expecting it to be a lot more. So I was just asking them, so what's the next steps? What's the process? Because I'm still doing all of my testing as if, I'm going with the Shady Grove route, because whether I go with either one of the other clinics, I'm still going to need the testing. So why not go ahead and get that out the way and just be done with it? So that's why I'm still proceeding with all of my testing and my labs and all that good stuff. Still haven't come on my period for this month. We're still waiting on that. But then again, I'm just like, even if I do come on, I still haven't figured out if I'm going to even go with this cycle, or if I'm going to wait until after I have my my other, consult, which is next month on the 27th. But, yeah, so I wanted to come to you guys with that little mini update, letting you guys know what's going on. And then, like I said, after my consult today, I will come back on with another video letting you guys know how that one went. And then we just got to wait for our consult in May, and then we will make the big decision whether we're going to go with what clinic we're going to go with while that lady is pregnant. So yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Have a good Friday. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, my lovely gang. I'm back with another brief update to earlier's appointment. So, as I stated in my earlier part of the video, I had my consult with the clinic in Mexico. I cannot pronounce the name right. I'm gonna get it though. I'm gonna learn it, and I'm gonna insert me saying it at the end of this clip. But so I had my consult with the clinic in Mexico. Very good consult. It's a 2-in-1 consult. So the first one, theirs is kind of like backwards. With theirs, you meet with the financial advisor first, and then after you meet with the financial advisor, then you meet with the doctor. But the financial advisor, she pretty much just like went over like, they do like a little slideshow with you, and they're telling you, about the company, what they offer, their success rates. This company has made over 75,000 babies. They've been doing this for the past 20 years. Even with all the research that I've been doing and looking at the different like videos, I've been watching a lot of TikToks of people and their experience, what they've been doing. They have like a lot of good ratings. So she was basically, explaining to me and breaking it down as far as like the different packaging that they offer. They have two very popular packages that people normally go with, which is it's like a 3-egg retrieval and a 4-egg retrieval package. And with those ones, it's a refund, like a money back. So let's say you do the 3-egg retrieval, and at the end of the 3-egg retrieval, you don't come home with the baby. Then they will reimburse you back 75% of your money that you put down. And then if you go with the 4-egg retrieval, and at the end of the retrieval, you get down to coming home and there's no baby, they give you 100% money back guarantee. They'll give you back everything that you paid if you do not come home with the baby. But like she says, it's very rare. They do not have many cases where they've had to ever give somebody back their money, because they make sure that every mother goes home with her baby. So it's a lot of useful information. They offer like counseling, and they have like all types of therapists, and pretty much the same stuff that they offer here in the States to you, so you can be able to go through this process, because it is a lot. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot, and with this being like my very like first go around with all that, it's a lot of information like coming to you at one time. And so she made it very like at the end of the conversation, I was able to like kind of like just like breathe, so I was just like, okay, it's a lot of information to take in, but she's very detailed in what she said and how everything works out. So there's like 7 different locations that they have in Mexico. She gave me the top 3 that they recommend to their U.S. people that use them, or somebody that doesn't speak English as their first language. So they have a location in New Mexico City. They have another location in Tijuana, and they have another location in Cancun. Although those 3 locations, the people in the facilities are both fluent in both English and Spanish. In English. They both have the hotels and the clinic are very close to each other. They have contracts with the hotels. And they give the people that come in, they give them like discounts on their hotel stays. So I had to pick. So before you do your doctor part, you have to pick on which location you're going with, so they can know which doctor to pair you with. So you either know while you're on the phone with them, or you sit down, you think about it, you do your research, you go through, you look at everything, and then you call them back and let them know, like, hey, I'm going with blah, blah, blah. So my top 2 choices, looking at the 2 locations and looking at the city of the town of both of them where they're in, and the travel expenses, like what it would be, it was between Tijuana and it was between Cancun. Tijuana, the reason why that was a choice is because if I wanted to, I could have stayed in San Diego, and I could have took a Uber in to cross the border and just took an Uber to my appointment. and then I could have Ubered back in and then stayed in my hotel in the States. That's an option. She says a lot of people do that. They say that a lot of people take the option where they'll stay in Tijuana, they'll stay in San Diego, they will have their appointments in Tijuana, they will Uber in and out. The clinic does offer a medical pass, so therefore you don't have to stay in the line to cross back in the border. You don't have to stay in the line. You get to skip the line, go to the front, and don't have to wait in line, because she says sometimes people are waiting in those lines for 4 or 5 hours at a time. It can be very long, especially depending on the day they choose. The day that I come down to Mexico, she's like, some days are a lot busier than others. She was just like, so we do offer and provide medical passes for our patients so that they can bypass the line. So that was a real good advantage to know if that's what I decided to do. And then, Cancun it was another one. Both same advantage. That one has the, fluent in English speaking people there. The hotel is pretty close to the location, she was saying. And then a lot of people choose that location because they like to go sightseeing on all the beaches and stuff like that. So those are my top 2 choices. And I did my research after I did my appointment to have my consult today at lunchtime. And I did my consult, had my appointment. I sat down, went out and talked to my coworkers, and I decided to go with Cancun. So if I decide to do my IVF journey through Mexico, I will be going to Cancun to make my baby poo there. Exciting. It's so excited. I've never been out of the country like that, so it's definitely something to look forward to. It's so crazy because I was working on getting my passport in the next couple weeks before I had came up with the idea to do the Mexico clinic. So it's just like, it's like as if it's meant to be. So yeah, I'm excited, guys. Like, I can't wait for next month to come so that I can decide whether I'm going to go with Cancun or if I'm going to go with New York. So I guess you guys got to stay tuned to see. And then I'll come back with another update when I have my appointment sometime next week with the actual doctor and let you guys know how that appointment went. I told you guys I was going to come back once I learned, because I've heard so many people pronounce it differently, but it's the clinic in Mexico. It's called Enhenes. Told you I was going to come back with it. Enhenes, and it's going to be in Cancun, but the clinic's name is Enhenes. So that is the Mexico clinic that I'm going with. So yeah, Enhenes is the name.